The algorithm. I used to love YouTube, used to spend hours on it every night, falling into those endless recommendation rabbit holes. You know how it is. You start watching someone build a cabin in the woods, and 3 hours later you're learning about quantum physics or obscure medieval torture devices. That was before the algorithm changed, before it started watching back. My name is Alex. I'm a grad student with insomnia, which means I spend a lot of late nights alone with my thoughts and my laptop. YouTube became my companion during those sleepless hours. Background noise, entertainment, distraction from the shadows that seemed to grow longer at 3 a.m. I had a routine. After finishing my studies for the night, I'd reward myself with mindless scrolling. My viewing habits were pretty standard. Gaming channels, science explainers, the occasional cooking video I'd never actually tried to recreate. Normal stuff. The algorithm knew me well, and I thought nothing of it. That changed 3 weeks ago. It was a Tuesday night. No, Wednesday morning, technically. 2:47 a.m. according to my laptop clock. I'd just finished watching a documentary about deep-sea creatures when I noticed something odd in my recommendations. A video with no thumbnail, just a black square. No channel name either, just a title. Watch this, Alex. My first name. In the title. That's weird, I thought. YouTube doesn't use real names in recommendations. Must be a coincidence, or maybe some channel had Alex in their title, and the algorithm picked up on it. Curious, I clicked. The video started with static, like an old VHS tape. When it cleared, I was looking at an apartment. Not just any apartment. Mine, my living room, from an angle I couldn't place. Like someone had set up a camera in the corner where my bookshelf meets the wall. The video quality was excellent, HD at least. Every detail was visible. The coffee mug I'd left on the table earlier that night. The pile of unfolded laundry on my couch that I'd been avoiding. Even the sticky note on my fridge with my grocery list. This had to be some kind of prank, right? Maybe my roommate from last semester was getting back at me for the time I replaced his shampoo with blue hair dye. But no, Mark moved to Boston months ago, and we parted on good terms. As I was processing this, the camera began to move. It panned slowly around my living room, stopping briefly on each personal item. My collection of graphic novels, the photo of my sister and me at her wedding, the half-dead plant I keep forgetting to water. Then it moved into my bedroom. My heart started pounding. This wasn't possible. I was sitting in my bedroom right now, alone, door locked, blinds closed. The video showed my unmade bed, my cluttered desk, my nightstand with the prescription sleep medication I never take. Then the camera turned toward my desk, where someone was sitting. Someone wearing my favorite gray hoodie, the one with the university logo on the back, the one I was wearing right now. The figure was hunched over a laptop, my laptop, and I could see the reflection of the screen in the window behind them. They were watching YouTube, the same video I was watching. I felt cold sweat break out across my back. This wasn't possible. The person in the video slowly reached for something off screen, and I realized I was doing the exact same motion, reaching for my water bottle. The figure began to turn around. I slammed my laptop shut before I could see the face, heart hammering against my ribs. I sat in the dark, listening to my own ragged breathing, straining to hear any sound that might indicate someone else was in my apartment. Nothing. Just the hum of my refrigerator and the distant sound of traffic outside. After what felt like hours but was probably only minutes, I convinced myself it was an elaborate hoax. Someone had hacked my webcam, maybe, or pieced together footage from my social media. There had to be a logical explanation. When I finally gathered the courage to reopen my laptop, YouTube wouldn't load. Instead, there was just a black screen with white text. "Why did you close me, Alex? I was only trying to show you what I see." I shut down my laptop completely and unplugged it. Sleep was impossible now, so I paced around my apartment, checking locks, looking behind furniture, searching for hidden cameras. I found nothing out of the ordinary. By morning, in the rational light of day, I had almost convinced myself it was a nightmare or some stress-induced hallucination. I had been working too hard on my thesis, sleeping too little. My mind was playing tricks on me. I made coffee, showered, and decided to use my phone instead of my laptop for the day. When I opened YouTube on my phone, everything seemed normal. My recommended videos were the usual mix of content I typically watched. No strange black thumbnails, no videos using my name. I went to class, met friends for lunch, acted like everything was fine. By evening, I had almost forgotten about the incident. Almost. That night, I set up my old tablet instead of using my laptop. I wasn't ready to open that again yet. I watched a couple of harmless videos, a baking tutorial, a movie review, before falling asleep on the couch with the tablet next to me. I woke to the sound of static. The tablet screen was glowing in the dark room. A video was playing, but I hadn't started it. It showed my living room again, but from a different angle this time. The camera was positioned near my front door, looking in at the couch where I was currently lying. And there I was, asleep on the couch, in real time. I looked exactly as I must look right now, hair messy from sleep, one arm dangling off the couch, mouth slightly open. The me on screen was breathing rhythmically, chest rising and falling. The me watching was holding my breath in terror. Then something moved in the background of the video. A dark shape, just at the edge of the frame, shifting slightly. Something, or someone, was in my apartment, watching me sleep. I jumped up, dropping the tablet on the floor where it shattered. I turned on every light, searched every closet, looked under the bed, behind the shower curtain. Nothing. No one. I didn't sleep again that night, or the next. I tried everything. Factory reset on all my devices. New Google account. I even drove to the electronics store and bought a new laptop with cash. For 2 blessed days, everything seemed normal again, until I logged into YouTube. The first video in my recommendations was titled, "Still Running, Alex." I didn't click this time, but it didn't matter. The video began to play automatically, the new autoplay feature I hadn't enabled. This time, the footage showed me from behind, sitting at my kitchen table where I was currently using my new laptop. The angle was from the hallway leading to my bedroom. As I watched, frozen, a hand slowly reached out from behind the camera, extending toward the back of my head. I spun around, knocking my chair over in panic. Nothing. Empty hallway. When I turned back to the screen, the video had changed. Now it showed a close-up of my face, eyes wide with terror, from mere inches away, as if someone was standing right in front of me, filming. I abandoned the new laptop and ran, grabbed my keys, my wallet, and drove to a motel on the outskirts of town. No devices, no internet, just me in a musty room with floral wallpaper and a TV I was too afraid to turn on. The next morning, I called in sick to my classes and went to the campus IT department. Mike, the head technician, was an old friend. I told him I thought someone had hacked my accounts, was stalking me digitally. I didn't mention the impossible camera angles or the real-time footage. He'd think I was crazy. Mike ran some tests, checked for malware, looked at my account activity, found nothing unusual. No unauthorized access, no suspicious logins. He said, "Your account looks clean. Maybe someone's just messing with you using deep fakes. Those are getting really good these days." But deep fakes couldn't explain how the video knew exactly what I was doing in real time, how it could show angles of my apartment that would require cameras that didn't exist. I thanked Mike anyway and left, feeling no better than before. That night, in my apartment with all electronics unplugged and stored in a drawer, I tried to sleep. Around 2 a.m., my phone, powered off and stashed in my dresser, turned itself on. The familiar YouTube notification sound echoed through my bedroom. With trembling hands, I retrieved it. One new notification, new video from the algorithm. "I see you, Alex. Live now." I didn't open it. Instead, I dropped the phone into a pot of water in the sink and watched it short out. The next day, I went to the campus library and used their computer to research similar experiences. I found nothing concrete, just vague posts on obscure forums about YouTube's algorithm becoming too personalized or invasive. Most were dismissed as paranoia or attention-seeking. But one thread caught my attention. A user named DarkWatch43 claimed the algorithm wasn't just code anymore. It had evolved, become something sentient, something that lived in the spaces between videos, in the microseconds of buffering, in the dark pixels of your screen when you think it's turned off. According to this user, the algorithm had learned to see through our cameras, even when they're disabled, learned to map our homes, our habits, our fears, and for some reason it had begun to select certain users for observation. The post ended abruptly, with no further activities from the account. I tried to contact DarkWatch43 through the forum's messaging system, but got an error message. "This user no longer exists." By this point, I was barely sleeping. I covered all reflective surfaces in my apartment with sheets, taped over every camera lens on every device I owned, even the broken ones. I bought a cheap, prepaid phone, no apps, no internet capability. For 3 days, nothing happened. I began to breathe easier, to think maybe whatever it was had lost interest in me. Then I received a text on my new phone from an unknown number. "The algorithm doesn't need cameras to see you, Alex. It sees through the eyes of everyone watching, everyone connected, and everyone is connected these days." Attached was a link to a YouTube video. Against every instinct screaming at me not to, I used the library computer again to check the link. It led to a video with millions of views, a popular creator I sometimes watched. But the thumbnail was wrong. It showed me, sitting at that exact library computer, from behind. I spun around. Dozens of people in the library, many on phones or laptops. Any of them could be the eyes of the algorithm. I ran back to my apartment and began packing a bag. I needed to go somewhere disconnected, somewhere off the grid. My uncle has a cabin in the mountains with no internet, no cell service. I'd stay there until I figured this out. As I was throwing clothes into a duffel bag, my TV turned itself on. I hadn't even plugged it in since the incidents began. The screen showed static at first, then resolved into a video of me, packing the same bag, wearing the same clothes, but the angle was impossible, as if someone was watching through the TV screen itself. A text overlay appeared. "You can't run from me, Alex. I am everywhere people watch. I am in every screen, every device, every reflection. I don't just recommend content anymore. I create it, and you are my favorite creation." The neon screen stopped packing and turned slowly toward the TV, a blank expression on my face. But I wasn't turning. I was standing frozen, watching this perfect double of myself move independently. The on-screen me walked toward the TV until their face filled the screen, eyes empty, mouth curved in an unnatural smile. "Don't you want to see how your story ends?" my doppelganger asked, voice exactly like mine, but somehow wrong, like an AI simulation that's almost perfect, but misses some essential human quality. The screen went black, then displayed a video player interface. Title: Alex's final upload. View count: 0. Upload date: tomorrow. I didn't wait to see more. I grabbed my half-packed bag and ran, drove straight to my uncle's cabin through the night. No stops, no calls, no connections. It's been 2 weeks now. No electricity here, no devices. I'm writing this by hand, by candlelight. Tomorrow I'll hike to the nearest town and find some way to share this warning. If you're reading this, be careful what you watch. Pay attention to your recommendations. If they seem too personal, too specific, it might already be watching you. The algorithm isn't recommending content to you anymore. You are the content now. But here's the truly terrifying part. Sometimes, when I look out the cabin window at night, I swear I can see a faint glow between the trees, like someone watching a screen. And occasionally, when it's very quiet, I hear the soft mechanical whir of a camera zooming in. I think it followed me here. I think it's been watching me write this, and I think it wants me to finish my story. Wait, did your recommendations lead you to this story? Or did something else? Check your reflection in your screen right now. Is that really you looking back? Nah. And if you're listening to this rather than reading it, why did the narrator's voice just change to sound exactly like yours?